Come on guys, let's hit the studio. It's time for another installment of this year's end of season tell-all.
So now it's great. She has her place, I have my place. This is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. We just are working on that.
But you're engaged.
But yes. Yeah.
And you slept in different hotel rooms last night.
Oh guys, it's the happiest Ed has ever been. Well Ed, guess what? Karma's busy sharpening her nails. And I'm reliably informed she'll be along in but a moment. What else have I got for you?
You guys, listen. When Angela comes in here, I want you to ignore her. She wants attention. And if you don't give her attention, she's going to look like a freaking idiot. Just don't say anything.
And guys, it's very interesting advice coming from Ed. We all know Angela likes to play to the crowd. But she is rather domineering. But I guess if you all stick together, this plan to totally ice Angela out could actually work.
What's up, Ed?
How you doing?
Crazy motherfucker. How are you? Hey, Liz, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my god, is that the quickest somebody capitulated ever? Ed, you're such a little pussy. Guys, she was in studio for 3 seconds, and in that 3 seconds, she broke Ed down completely. Honestly, guys, this just confirms my suspicions about Ed. He preys on the weak, and when it comes to somebody like Angela, he's like a lamb to the slaughter. Don't talk to Angela. Oh, you make me laugh. Hi, Angela. How are you? Ed, you're not just an embarrassment to Liz. You're an embarrassment to yourself. Yes, I've got quite a bit for you in this tell-all. There's quite a bit of backstabbing. And it proved to me that every single solitary member of that cast, and Sean included, they're all scared of Angela. Why? Why is she so domineering? What is it you think she's going to do? She's the best part of 60, so I doubt she's going to be handy in a fight. But I guess, just in case, Bilal strolled in, looking like an extra from Miami Vice. Guys, ask your mum, ask your mum. So guys, yeah, I think for this video, I'm going to try and pick up on the minutiae. Things you may not have noticed, things you may have missed. And I'm also going to be asking, why did TLC let Big Ed and Angela get away with their shenanigans season after season? They're both despicable bullies, but yet both of them managed to manipulate the rest of the cast and seemingly production time after time after time. Okay guys, so as usual, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you've yet to do so. And also, so you don't miss any of my videos, please don't forget to hit the notification bell. And finally, if you like what you hear, don't forget to smash that like button. It really does help my analytics. Thanks guys. Right, so without further ado, I give you the tell-all part 2. So we'll rewind just a little bit back to the green room. And everyone's sitting there, basically chatting shit. And after Bilal comes rolling in, looking like an extra from Miami Vice, halfway through a political campaign, Ed goes racing up to him like the pathetic little fanboy he is. And he tells Bilal that he supports his every move and he loved what he did, picking up Shaeeda in the old work van and taking her to the House of Horrors. And old weasel-eyes Bilal grins like a Labrador. I noted with quite some interest he didn't say, oh well, that was just a joke. And just as Jovi is busy slagging off Andre, production set up Andre walking in, mid-slating. As you can see, there's 2 production assistants there, pushing him into the room. Oh TLC, if you're going to set things up, try and make it look, well, how can I say, a little bit realistic. Try not to do it quite so obviously. And Andre, as we know, is unrelentingly sexist. As we know, Libby's pregnant, and he says she's having a boy, and is so happy he's managed to produce a successor to his empire. And guys, I got so much flack when I said, you need to set your watch back 30 years when you go to Moldova. And it's statements like this that actually prove it to me. Yes, that's right, I stand by my sweeping generalisations. So everyone's sitting in the green room, and Andre decides to shit stir. And it's kind of weird because he started out telling Yara that he stood up for her regarding the strip club. And yada yada yada, postpartum, yada yada yada, new wife, yada yada yada, strip club. And they both agree that this was not the right thing and that Jovi didn't behave well. And Yara said, yeah, Eastern European women don't take that shit. Yara, yes they do. You may well moan about it, but it has to be said, you do accept it. Maybe you thought you could change Jovi, but it seems that you can't. But Jovi was upset. He said to Andre, I don't understand why you are bringing this up for. That's all in the past. Guys, I guess it's right. It is in the past. It's also in the present and very likely in the future. If girls haven't got their undercrackers off, Jovi doesn't want to be there.
That shouldn't be your concern. That's the past. That's something that happened a long time ago. I don't see any reason why you got to bring it up. It's none of your business.
Well, he proposed to me to go to the strip club yesterday night.
Did you ask him to go to the strip club yesterday night?
You never been to a strip club?
You want to go to one tonight?
No, I'm not going fucking tonight, man. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna go to a strip club. What do you want me to fucking divorce my wife or what?
But I've got to say, Jovi did bring all of this on himself. He was pretty much destined to get caught. I believe Jovi has a very severe addiction to strip bars. And I don't believe it's going to change anytime soon. Every time we've seen Jovi, he's either drinking in the morning or he's trying to organise or cajole somebody else into going to a strip club with him. It's a problem. But Andre simply can't help himself. He just has to sell Jovi out. And then his aggressive lunacy takes another turn. He decides to call Yara a gold digger. And poor Yara flips her lid. She says, I've got 2 businesses and I work very hard for my money. And then she pointed out, you're from Moldova, I'm from Ukraine. They're very, very close to each other. You're peddling a stereotype. And then Andre the psycho decides to backpedal and pussy pop. Shout out to Alexandra Rogers. Because he started saying, well, no, I mean, maybe you're here for good reasons, just like me. Yeah, guys, I'm not really sure. I think that both of these people like their partners, but I also think both of these two are in life for whatever they can get. So anyway, they all take to the stage. And Sean, who still appears to be aging backwards, walks in. She looks fantastic. They all sit down, and then Angela decides to make her grand entrance. And after roundly and soundly buoying Ed off, she goes straight for the jugular with Usman. She calls him a mother effer, tells him to get his teeth fixed, and generally decided to scream for about 3 or 4 minutes.
You're all talking, no action, you piece of shit. You're using this woman.
Nonsense. Rubbish.
He used you and you're a beautiful woman. Stop.
Let's
Get your teeth fixed.
The show has not even started yet.
I just like my jail. Where were you?
After this little interlude, she argued with Yara, and then she exited stage left. And I've got to say, I just don't like the way producers let Angela get away with everything. How can you go in screaming and shouting the odds at more or less every single cast member? She takes exception to anybody that tells her to be quiet. And guys, sometimes I don't know where she gets her bollocks from. She was screaming into the TV screen, what a loon, at Usman, and she was saying, get your teeth fixed, get your teeth fixed. Angela, get your face fixed, get your mind fixed, get yourself fixed. My lord, since they siphoned 24 litres of gravy out of her, she thinks she's Jennifer Bloody Lawrence. So in all of this melee, Usman got in a couple of good one-liners. He told Angela that she was holding Michael hostage. And he also said that she's the worst thing to happen to Nigeria. Both of those did make me laugh. And after she'd finished screaming at Yara, she said, yo, go and get your ass whipped. Now guys, the first couple of times I watched this, I wasn't 100% sure. I mean, I know the whole thing is for show. But then I noticed this. Yeah, she came on, allegedly, for the start of the tell-all, wearing slippers. Later on in the tell-all, she was wearing gold sparkly shoes. So that tells me she had every intention of coming in, causing a massive scene, screaming and shouting, and then storming out. Sean looked shocked.
That was one for the books. I have never seen that happen before. First of all, where did that come from?
This has never happened before. Oh really, Sean? It's never happened before? Oh yes it has. It happens each and every tell-all. Every tell-all, she gets right up in someone's face, she screams, and more than likely gives them an unsolicited Georgia shower. She points a bony finger in their face, tells them y'all ain't shit, or y'all gon' get it, and then she storms out and has to be coaxed back by friends, castmates, or producers. It's not just toxic, it's actually TLC-sanctioned bullying at this point. She bullies Michael, she bullies her castmates, she bullies all those with whom she comes into contact. But like I say, the fact she walked in wearing slippers tells me she never planned on staying. And so an omnipuzzled Sean, who I still don't believe watches 90 Day Fiance, decided to ask Kim what the problem was. And Kim explained that it was some sort of social media beef. And she said, we were all sitting here pretty. Really, Kim? Ask Usman about that. I rather think he might disagree. Anyway, Sean decides to introduce everyone. First, Sumit and Jenny. And Sumit, of course, is still in India. And he says, without Jenny, my house doesn't seem like a home. Oh, really, Sumit? Is it finally clean now she's not there? If I were you, Sumit, I'd get used to it. It's highly likely that Jenny will never be back. And then she speaks to Jovi and Yara. Yara once more moans about where she lives, and Jovi says he wants to move to Florida, and Yara said she still hasn't decided. Next up, Bilal and Shaeeda. And apparently the big news is they're not using any protection, guys, i.e. they're kind of trying for a baby. Well, that's fantastic news. And Sean asks, how many times have you tried? Twice, says Shaeeda. Is that in the intervening 2 months? Oh, Shaeeda, given that you've only got about 3 eggs left, I think you need to do better than that. Suddenly, Bilal's got a headache every night. Then it's Andre and Libby, and as we know, Libby's pregnant. She says she's over it. And then Usman and Kim. Sean asks if they're together, and guys, it took Kim ages to say no, and then she looked round expectantly at Usman on the TV monitor. He said a very definitive, no, we're not together, but we're still friends. And Kim then said, I'd like us to be friends with benefits. What? Friends with benefits? Kim, you know good and goddamn well that Usman doesn't want to sleep with you. He's never wanted to. You had to chase him around the bedroom for his yummy before. And on this last trip, you moaned and complained because you weren't having sex. And just when I thought she could get no more delusional, she then says, I just want to see him one last time. Well, I suppose that makes one of you. And the whole time Usman sat there, mute and inert. He hasn't let anyone know. He actually had a visa to come to New York, but he was desperate to keep the distance from Kim. Guys, I'm so sorry this video is taking so long. There is quite a lot of content, but also quite a lot of points that I don't want to miss, and I'm going to refer to these in my later videos. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on the shit shower that is Ed and Liz later this evening in another video. But guys, we can see from this video already the manipulations that both Ed and Angela are looking to perpetrate in this tell-all. So guys, stay tuned, and in just about a moment I'll have up Ed and Liz, and we'll look over the haphazard lies and complete fuckery from this pair of idiots. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And thank you so much for listening. My lord, there is so much content to get out with this tell-all. But don't worry, I'm going to bring everything to you. I have a slow week this week, so stay tuned for more videos. Thanks so much for listening. You've been listening to Ebird Online, and I bid you good day.